I definitely think there's a need to lessen the burden that he carries. This season, I would say injuries was really the reason why he had to kind of shoulder that. Whether it was McLaurin not being in there, Austin Eckler, some of the offensive line injuries with Sam Cosmi coming back from that torn ACL. It seemed like he had to be Superman in order to kind of carry things every week. And I think pressing in that way leads a guy to scramble maybe a little bit more than he otherwise would.
Yeah.
Be a little bit more reckless with the football, maybe not see the field as well because he's pressing. I think that's something that Dan Quinn has talked about on both sides of the ball. He sees guys pressing out there. And so, I think it's, part of that is getting better injury luck, but, I think they need another weapon or two on offense, maybe tight end, receiver. Always continue investing in the offensive line. And then also part of it, even though he's not playing, with the guys on defense, you gotta improve on defense. It can't be what it is because you're just going to constantly be playing from behind, having to, have these shootouts every week to win games, and it basically asks your quarterback to be perfect. And as great as he was as a rookie, nobody's ever going to be perfect. And you have to have him create a bigger margin of error for him. And I think that's done by really heavily invested in the defense this offseason and making sure that, because even last year, the defense wasn't good. They didn't give up as many big plays as they did this year, but they were lagging. That's part of the reason why they went out and traded for Marshawn Lattimore at the deadline. And so I think you have to find a way to make the defense no longer be an issue and lessen some of that burden on Jayden.